In this video, I will share our latest research on the 8 best cashback credit cards for 2023. With inflation remaining high, every dollar that you can save counts. We're talking about credit cards that can give you 2% all the way up to 5% and some even 6.5% cashback on various categories like dining out, travel, gas, groceries, everyday purchases, and I will save my favorite card at the last. Let's begin with the best cashback card for dining out expenses. If you're a foodie and you enjoy trying out new restaurants each week, you may want to check out the Chase Freedom Unlimited card. It gives you 3% cashback on your dining out expenses, no annual fee, and for a limited time period, you can earn an extra 1.5% for the first year. So instead of getting 3% cashback on dining out, you're going to get 4.5% for the first year. The other nice dining out cashback card is the Chase Freedom Flex, which also gives you 3% cashback on dining out expenses. The main difference is the Chase Freedom Flex has an additional rotating category where it gives you 5% on that particular category. It could be gas or groceries or whatever. The nice thing about these two Chase cards is if you have a travel or a hotel expense coming up, if you book that plane ticket or hotel using the Chase Ultimate Rewards website, you actually get a 5% cash back on that travel or hotel purchase. And for the case of the Chase Freedom Unlimited, you get 6.5% for the first year. The second best cashback card that we want to share is the card for groceries. If you're buying groceries for yourself or for you and your partner, you may want to check out the City Custom Cash card where you can get a whopping 5% cash back on your groceries up to $500 a month. So the way this City Custom Cash card works is it's not a card specifically for groceries, but you can get that 5% cash back on your top spending category each month. So to make your life easier, you can just use this for groceries and get that 5% cash back. My wife and I do our groceries at Trader Joe's and we spend more or less around $650 a month. So we know we're going to get that 5% cash back for sure, at least for the first $500. Now, if you live in a household of 3 or more, and more accurately, if your grocery bill is more than $830 per month, then you may want to consider the Capital One Saver One Cash Rewards. That's kind of a long name for a card, but the Saver One is different from the Saver, which has an annual fee. So I'm talking about the Saver One, which does not have an annual fee. It gives you 3% cash back on groceries, and if you do the math, you actually get more cash back than the City Custom card if you spend more than $830 a month. And if you're finding this video valuable, please do click on the subscribe button. Gas prices have come down from the crazy $5 a gallon that we had back in June 2022, but they still add up, especially if you're driving to and from work. You can also use the City Custom Cash card for gas expenses, and this will give you 5% cash back on your first $500 of gas expenses. Now, if you're already using or you've decided to use the City Custom Cash card that we just talked about previously for groceries, then you may want to look into American Express Blue Cash Everyday Card. That's what I personally use for gas expenses. It gives me 3% cash back on gas, and it also gives me 3% cash back on groceries. So like if you don't want to have too many cards floating around, then you can use the Amex Blue Cash for both your gas and grocery expenses. A real winner. The fourth best cashback card that we want to share is the one for Amazon purchases. This is really an easy one. If you're already an Amazon Prime member, then you should seriously think about getting the Amazon Visa card. It gives you 5% cash back on all your Amazon purchases. So it's basically getting like a 5% discount every time you buy from Amazon. It also gives you 5% cash back if you shop at Whole Foods. No annual fee, and the additional perk about this card is it does not have a foreign transaction fee. So my wife and I traveled to Portugal this summer, and we actually used this card when we were eating out because in addition to the no foreign transaction fee, it also gives 2% cash back on restaurants. If you're not a Prime member, then you can think about the Bank of America customized cash rewards card. You can get 3% cash back on the category of your choice. In this case, you can choose online shopping to get 3% cash back on Amazon and other online sites. If you are a small business owner or you have a side gig going on, maybe you're doing some online tutoring on the side or helping out with digital marketing for a company or nonprofit, or maybe you're a web developer, whatever your side gig or small business is, you may want to check out the American Express Blue Business Cash Card because it gives you 2% cash back on all eligible business expenses. Again, it's like getting a 2% discount on all your business expenses. No annual fee. You can also get the PayPal Business Cashback Card. It gives you the same 2% cashback on business expenses, but the main advantage of the Amex Blue Business Cash Card, it's currently giving a $250 intro offer. Before we get to the final 3 best cashback cards out there, I do want to give a word of caution. If you open a new credit card, it will likely cause your credit score to dip temporarily because applying for a new card is a hard pull, and you really only want to have one hard pull a year to protect your credit score. So don't go too crazy on opening new cards. And the other thing to note is you should only use credit cards if you have the discipline to spend within your budget. So on to the last 3 best cashback cards. Number 6 best cashback card for travel. Everyone likes to travel. I certainly want to travel. I want to go to New Zealand. They have amazing landscapes and actually have a coffee book here of New Zealand pictures. It's pretty awesome, right? I want to go see the Northern Lights. I want to go to Antelope Canyon, Arizona. I'm sure you have your own bucket list. If you're traveling soon, you may want to use your Chase Freedom Card if you decided to get that one that we talked about earlier. Chase Freedom again gives you 3% cash back on dining. But if you use the Chase Ultimate Rewards website to book your plane ticket or hotel, you can get a 5% cash back on that plane ticket. Chase also defines travel as, in addition to airline tickets and hotels, you can also get a 5% cash back if you use it for car rentals and cruises, but you have to book it through the Chase Ultimate Rewards website. The other credit card that you want to have in your Rolodex of cards is the one that has no foreign transaction fee. Eventually, you're going to be traveling abroad and you want to have a card that does not charge a 3% foreign transaction fee, which most cards do. And you don't have to get a new credit card for this. If you got the Capital One Saver One rewards card that we talked about earlier, or if you got the Amazon Visa card, both of those cards do not have a foreign transaction fee. The last best cashback card that I want to share, which is my favorite card, is an all-around card. And I'm talking about the Citi Double Cash and the Wells Fargo Active Cash credit card. Both give 2% cash back on all purchases, no annual fee. The main difference really is Wells Fargo Active Cash card currently is offering a $200 intro offer. If you're like my wife who wants to only use one card to simplify your life, then either the Citi Double Cash or the Wells Fargo Active Cash card might be for you to get 2% cash back on all your purchases.